This time, they can hear it. We're about to find out. Once
What's up, everybody? Can you hear me this time?
everybody that starts piling into the chat here.
Let's see. Let's hope this will work out here.
Everybody that starts piling into the chat here. All right.
I mean, I hear myself on the video, so
Okay.
I'm kind of low though.
Okay, I got sound over here.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's get into it. Let's start this over, brand new,
right.
fresh.
Let's fucking start it over then, I guess.
Take two, motherfuckers.
That'll work.
All right, so I'd say a few weeks ago, during one of my Wicked Shit Wednesday shows, you were, first of all, fuck the bullshit. What's up, Scotty Ballz?
What's up, Ron? How you doing, man?
Good. It's been a while. We haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, a few weeks ago, I'd say, on one of my Wicked Shit Wednesday shows, you were in my chat, and you were talking, saying you had an idea for a show for the both of us.
Right.
And I hit you up to see if you wanted to make the show happen. You gave me your idea. I thought it was a dope idea. And here we are. We're going to give the people top 5 Insane Clown Posse and Twiztid collaborations that they did throughout the years.
Right. And we are excluding Dark Lotus. We're excluding Ridas. We're excluding solo features like just Violent J or just Shaggy or Madrox Monoxide.
Yep.
These are J, Shaggy, Monoxide, Madrox.
All 4.
Tracks. So this is all 4 of them on one track.
The original Dark Lotus, if you will.
Yeah, the original Dark Lotus.
Fuck yeah. And I was putting together the list last night, and at first I had a list of everything that they did, solo shit, and then you said, nope, just ICP and Twiztid, and I was like, all right. Narrowed the list down. It made it even fucking harder because there's so many good songs with all 4 of them on it.
Yeah, dude, even during our pre-show that we just did that you couldn't hear me, I was like going through, I was like, is this how I really feel? You know, I'm like, I'm forgetting this track.
Right.
I really love this track.
Right.
But, you know, yeah, they put out some, over the past fucking, you know, they were together, what?
15 years.
15 years. They put out tons of music together. Great tracks. You can't fucking deny it.
No, you can't.
You can't deny it one bit that they put out some fucking bangers. Still love to listen to them. You know, they're classic.
Yeah, man. And I always say it's all about the music. You can, people are, you know, the Juggalo divide and all that bullshit. But it really just goes back to the music, man. That's all it really was.
What brings you together was the music in the first place. So
exactly.
I mean, whether you fuck with ICP now or you fuck with Twiztid now, you know, that's just individual preference, you know? I mean, you know, that's just the way it is. But going back in this time period, you fuck with both of them and you fuck them both hard.
Exactly.
You know, that's what I can say. You know, I fucked with both of them, and yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so let's kick this off. Why don't you give us your number 5?
All right, my number 5 was the track "Give Me More," and it was off of the Cryptic Collection Volume 4. I think during that time period, it was because the music was more, I don't know, the fucking beat. It was just, you know, it was that time period, I guess. And it was hearing something new from the Clowns and Twiztid together, and they fucking killed it. It was
absolutely
fast-paced, energetic, and I fucking love that song. Give Me More.
Yeah, man, great song. Like I said earlier, Cryptic Collection 3 and 4 kind of blend together for me. But yeah, good choice right there for number 5. My number 5 is Crystal Ball, the very last song off Bizarre Bizarre. Bizarre Bizarre, highly underrated, super underappreciated albums from ICP. Maybe they go under the radar because they're not a Joker's card. I don't know. But
yeah, it was like during that time period where they were supposed to drop albums that they did the bet with Sharon Osbourne, and after that, Bizarre Bizarre came out because they
that's
said
right.
our next album will sell at least, I forget how many units they said, but they made this bet with her. They fucking did it, and she never paid up. Is
Right.
what I've heard.
Yep. That too.
So,
But Crystal Ball, great ending song to end the Bizarre Bizarre albums. Great verses from all four members. Dope ass hook. I love the hook on that one. Look into my crystal ball. It's all right. Just so dope.
and then that lady singing at the end, rain falls down, which is kind of, prophetic in its own way,
Yeah, everything was leading up to the 6th at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was at that point it was just starting to drizzle diamonds. It hadn't fully started raining yet.
Yeah.
But it was starting to come in 2000. And number 5 for me, Crystal Ball. Love that song.
Crystal Ball. Shit, number 4 for me. Shit, I'm trying to remember what it was. Let me get back to my list here. I want to say it was $85 an hour, right?
I believe so.
For my number 4, $85 an hour. Yeah, classic track for Most Tasteless, Forgotten Freshness, numerous other albums they put that track on. I think they put it on the re-release of the Malenko on the anniversary edition. I think they did.
I can't remember. Only because I remember looking at the track list for that and I was like, oh, it's fucking everything we've heard before.
Right, yeah. But I do think that track was on there too. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, $85 an hour. All 4 members were in there spitting their little verses. Fucking comedic track. Violent J's freestyles at the end is just fucking killed me. Just the whole subject matter of the song is just really, really got me into Twiztid back then.
Right.
That was a big introduction for Twiztid to me.
Really fun track.
Yeah, great track.
All right. My number what are we? Number 4?
4.
Number 4, Redneck Ho 99.
Hell yeah.
Off Psychopathics from Outer Space, Volume 1. Really dope remake. It seems like anytime ICP or Twiztid does a remake of a song, ICP with Mr. Johnson's Head, Twiztid with First Day Out, they fucking kill it with the remakes. And usually a remake isn't as good and definitely usually not better than the original. But when they do their remakes, so dope. I love the way the beat switches up and Madrox comes in on that third verse all super fast. The beat just super dark all of a sudden. The way they flip that shit. Then they add Monoxide's 4th verse in that shit.
Yeah, dude. Redneck Ho 99. I mean, you can't really compare it to the original song at all. Because the original is pretty dated, you know what I'm saying? Not that I don't like it, because it was spectacular for its time, and it's fun to reminisce on that old school. What did they sound like back then? Just them coming up. They did Redneck Ho, and then to see them take that subject and that song and redo it and throw Twiztid on the track.
Right.
And they just fucking did it, man. Redneck Ho 99.
Awesome. I believe that was supposed to be, it was originally recorded for the Amazing Juggalos Brothers as well. Mm-hmm. And man, it's like the outtakes for Amazing Juggalos Brothers. You had Dead End, The Amazing Maze. What was that other song? The one with the acoustics.
$50.
$50. Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Like even the outtakes were fucking great for Amazing Juggalos Brothers.
They got a lot of shit that they could put at fucking 20th anniversary Juggalos Brothers. Well, it's
absolutely.
Already passed, I guess.
It is. They still got a few more months to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
but Redneck Ho 99, number 4 for me. Just great collaboration. That's when like they were really just like working on everything together. They didn't go anywhere without each other. ICP took Twiztid everywhere.
Yeah, they were inseparable.
Yep,
during
super
those
dope.
times. Let's see. My number 3 is from the album Freak Show. What the Dead Like.
Fuck yeah.
A fucking incredible song. The whole subject matter of it. I don't know. It's hard to. I haven't listened to the song in forever, but I know it like really struck a chord with me.
Heavy ass guitars and shit.
Heavy guitars. What the Dead Like, and then everybody would spit their verse.
Yeah, just back and forth throughout the track. Really dope shit. I love when they do that back and forth style.
Right, and you were like, yeah, I love that shit, man. I'm what the Dead like, you know?
Right.
I'm like the Dead, man. You know?
Super
they
dope
like
track.
Psychopathic shit.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
That off a classic album too.
Yeah, Freak Show. Fucking banger, man.
Love that shit.
Good time period.
Absolutely.
When Bizarre dropped and Freak Show dropped all on the same day.
That was Juggalo Christmas.
Yeah, I got them all in this shit right here, man. The Halloween 2000 box set. And yeah, dude, you got Bizarre, Freak Show. And like
so you got all those ill-ass variant covers too.
I did. Somebody jacked my Bizarre, but I do have the Freak Show one still.
Oh, that Freak Show one is the shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got it right, yeah. Cover right there.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's a little green case. Yeah, dude. Fucking amazing time period.
It really was. Dope as fuck.
It was exciting. Really exciting.
I'm going to keep it in that same time period for my number 3. My number 3 is The Dirtball, another song off Psychopathics from Outer Space Volume 1. This was included as a CD single with Alternative Press?
Alternative Press.
Magazine. And then you said it was on a soundtrack?
Heavy Metal 2000.
That's right. And this song right here, they're talking about what goes on here on Earth.
Being aliens visiting Earth and all fucked up shit around here.
Super dope storytelling. Could have been a dope ass video if they did that.
Oh yeah.
Borderline a political track talking about police brutality, racism. Like I love
domestic violence. Yeah.
Like cops, they like to ride around in little cars and throw folks behind bars like little jars. They're supposed to be there to serve and protect, but they just punch faces a lot and choke necks. And then they talk about corrupt judges.
Yeah.
The content within ICP and Twiztid's music, they have real content in their music. Always have, always will. Mm-hmm. But will get dismissed because of their painted faces, because of the violence in their music, the excessive profanity, if you will. Mm-hmm. But the message is there. It's always been there.
Right.
They talk about dope shit and super visual. Love that shit. Great song.
Vivid imagery in that. And a very relevant song to this time period with the Area 51 shit going on.
Exactly, right.
And Violent J and Jump Steady are actually doing a Men in Black seminar at the Gathering this year, where they're going to talk about their fucking conspiracy theories and stuff.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that. That'd be pretty interesting.
Fuck yeah.
Because they've been doing that shit on the Juggalo show, drives people up the wall. But
yeah, I know. Everybody's complaining.
I find it interesting and funny, so I'm like, fuck yeah.
It doesn't surprise me that they're on that shit. I mean,
no.
Read Violent J's book. It's like he sees ghosts and, the forest and all that shit.
Yeah, dude. Dude's got very open mind.
Right.
He's open to shit, so
to say the least.
That's right. Let's see. What are we on now? Number 2?
Yes, sir.
Shit. What was my number 2 here? Let me look at my list. They have so many tracks together. It is really hard to keep track of all of them.
It's hard to narrow it down to just 5.
I I believe my number 2, and this is hard because I like have my first, second, and third are like all. I mean, I guess I already did my number 3, but my 1 and 2 are definitely like. There was another one in there I could have thrown in there,
Right.
but I forgot it was there. So I would say my number 2 would be "Keep It Moving" off Cryptic Collection Volume 2. The energy that they all bring together. Just talking about that's my family, wicked clowns and dead folks and lyrical assassins that'll slash your throat. Just fucking love it, dude.
That's like one of the best songs. That was Cryptic Collection 3.
Yes, number 3. And it was, dude, I don't know, man, it just drew you in, and it really made you feel like you were a part of something that was just fucking, the magic was there, you know?
That
It was
time
like,
period, that was like the pinnacle of like Juggalo shit, because they were still in the 6th era. It was after the 6 had dropped, but
right.
we're still in that era. Like that era, if you were there, it just can't fucking, it'll never be duplicated.
Mhm.
And you just had to be there. It was amazing.
Yeah, the era of the 6th, that whole period was, you can't fuck with it, man,
Right.
at all.
All right. So my number 2, as I was saying earlier in our take 1, I could flip back and forth between these two, and I have reasons why I could do it. But my number 2 will be $85 an hour, because this was my introduction to Twiztid. The first time I heard it was on Forgotten Freshness. Dope ass track. You could tell it was written right on the spot, barely rehearsed. If they said they recorded it in an hour, I believe it. It sounds like it, but it's dope. I love the rhymes. My name is Jamie Madrox, and I got fat balls. I'm always urinating in the motel halls.
Right. They weren't looking for great lyricism at
They were
all
just
in
having
that
fun
song.
with it.
They're having fun, man.
And they flipped a sample that's been used a million fucking
Uh-huh.
times.
Yeah.
It's the MONO, and I can't even spell the rest. It takes too long, and I need a fucking cigarette. I can't hear. My right ear is mad whack. So shut the fuck up and listen and get an ass kicking. Like,
Yeah.
so dope. It don't even make sense, but it's just dope.
Right. Yeah, everybody's verses on there. Yeah, Shaggy's. My name's too dope. Sometimes Shaggy, sometimes Shags,
Sometimes Guido.
I get mad stupid. I get mad. Fucking love it, man.
Yeah, man. Really dope track.
That song gets me pretty fucking hyped, too. I love that song.
That could be my number 1. I could flip back and forth, but that was the introduction to Twiztid. That's a lot of people's introduction to Twiztid. And that's the very first collaboration you got to hear between ICP and Twiztid. So yeah, number 2, $85 an hour.
And that's bringing it to my number 1, man. Just looking at this list, it's like, all these songs. I guess we could do some honorable mentions, okay?
We will.
We'll do the honorable mentions after. Let me see. My number 1 collaboration between ICP and Twiztid was Ecocide off the Amazing Juggalos Brothers.
All right, spoiler alert, that's my number 1, so let's just talk about it.
All right, we can just fucking talk about it, because I will say this, when I first heard this song, I had no fucking clue there was another group besides ICP on that song. I had no idea.
There's no there's no mention of a feature on the album.
Right. At that time, I was like, that's when I was first really starting to dig into ICP's history, going into their back catalog. Juggalos Brothers had just like came out. I saw it on a stand at the CD store, picked it up, along with like fucking Foxy Brown's album and some other album. I forget.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, I would listen to that song, Ecocide and Nothing's Left, just on repeat, back and forth between those 2 tracks. Because I was on like this family vacation and I was miserable. But those 2 tracks right there fucking really helped me along during that time. And Ecocide, yeah, dude, the whole premise of the song, the storytelling, talking about Damien and the demon licking the back of his neck. And then years later being able to reverse the fucking message in that song. Fuck the devil, fuck that shit. you know?
Yep.
It's like, fuck yeah, this song is on a whole nother level. A whole nother level.
Echo Side is the epitome of wicked shit. It is. If you look up wicked shit in the dictionary, Echo Side should be there. Like, this was technically the first Dark Lotus song, but I think this was before Dark Lotus was even announced. And
they released it as a single as Dark Lotus, didn't they?
I think at
know
Hollow Wicked that year. A fucking amazing storytelling. The way they go back and forth. The end to the song. What the fuck is the lyrics? He was at the gates of heaven and he didn't know it. I can't fucking remember.
These gates were the front doors.
Yeah, these gates were the front gates of hell, but he never knew it.
Right, because he was like going through all this shit, thinking he was in hell already. But no, you're just now reaching hell.
Right. Crazy ass song. Like
the imagery in that song, and it sets up so much in the Dark Carnival mythology and stuff. Echo Side is like huge. I mean, they talk about like on Fred Fury about Shimmer is from Echo Side, and the fucking card game Into the Echo Side and has all that in there based off this fucking song.
Right. It's crazy.
Setting.
Like, don't get me wrong. The Tales from the Lotus Pod OG with Mars is a classic, top 5 Psychopathic Records album, in my opinion. But imagine if it was just ICP and Twiztid on like that Echo Side type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you could tell there's a few tracks on that Tales from the Lotus Pod that were recorded during that time.
Oh, yeah. Because they had released the track Black Magic, which doesn't feature Mars or ABK,
Right.
They had that song recorded. They released that song online as a teaser like months before the album came out. I think even before Mars was even added to Dark Lotus.
Yeah, like
and you could feel that in that song. Fucking blackest magically must so fucking love that song.
Yeah, and then that's that back and forth. I was just listening to that album again today. I've been bumping it since I had that listening party last week. And that track, somebody in the chat last week called the song corny. No.
Black Magic?
Yeah. No. Not corny at all.
It was a lot different than shit we were listening to at that time. But it was like that whole other level.
Just super dark shit. Like, even like back to Echo Side, you could tell they were on some other shit back then. That neither one will probably ever be on that kind of shit again. Like, they were reading, I remember them saying that they were reading from the Necronomicon and shit like that. Like, they were really doing that wicked shit in the studio, spitting the wicked shit.
Right.
And Echo Side is just the epitome of it. Number one collaboration, just because it's such an epic collaboration.
Absolutely. Yeah, Echo Side definitely good. Yeah, if you want someone to, what should I listen to first? If I'm wanting to get into ICP and Twiztid, whatever, it probably wouldn't come to that right now, but listen to this fucking song.
Right.
For either one of them.
Just dark as fuck. Love that song. Off a classic album as well.
Yep. Oh yeah, Fifth Joker's Card, Jekyll Brothers. Definitely.
Yeah. Amazing Juggalos Brothers. Fucking everything ICP did, the first 6 is just, it's pretty much flawless.
Right, yeah.
But honorable mentions. So that's our top 5. I think that was a dope top 5. I'll go through my top 5 real quick. Crystal Ball, Redneck Ho 99, The Dirt Ball, $85 an hour, and Echo Side.
Right. My top 5 was Give Me More, Spin the Bottle, Keep It Moving, What the Dead Like, right?
No, not Spin the Bottle.
No, not Spin the Bottle. I just read Okay, it was Give Me More. What, $85 an hour?
Yep.
What the Dead Like?
Yep.
Uh,
The one off Cryptic Collection 3.
Keep It Moving and fucking
Echo Side.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions though, Spin the Bottle. You just said it.
Yeah, Spin the Bottle.
Super fun song.
I had that in my head earlier. Who's going next? Fucking dude, I would go to the bar. I would like pick up my friends and stuff in a vehicle, and I'd automatically play that song because it was like the get fucking hype song because we're going to the fucking bar. We're gonna get drunk and we're gonna pick up people. You know?
Right. I have a funny story about Spin the Bottle. I was riding the city bus, and I had my headphones on. And that was back before you had noise canceling headphones, so everybody could fucking hear what you're blasting through your headphones. And I had Spin the Bottle going, dude sitting next to me, and he's like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" I'm like, "Oh, it's group ICP and Twiztid." And he's like, "Let me listen to it." He puts the headphones on and he's listening to Spin the Bottle. And he's like, "Oh, it's that crazy white boy shit." I laughed at him. I was like, he's like, "But it's dope though." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, it's dope." Love that song. It's funny as hell too.
Spin the Bottle. Yeah, great song.
Just classic funny sex shit between ICP and Twiztid.
We see one of my honorable mentions definitely would be the track I Don't Care. Released on the fucking Pendulum album.
Yep.
Originally as a Pendulum single you got with the comics.
Yep.
And then later released on Cryptic Collection Volume 2. Fucking people say I talk too much. I don't care.
I talk too much.
Fucking that song goes fucking hard, man. Fucking great song.
Dope song. I remember when I first heard it, because it was so different.
Mm-hmm.
It had that faster tempo and then that hook kicked in, but it is a classic track. That almost made it to be number 5 on my list.
Yeah, but it's a classic track, man.
It really is. What off Bizarre?
Mm-hmm.
Dope ass song.
You don't like ICP and Twiztid?
What? Like, yeah, just that dope, like
when I'd make mixtapes and stuff, I would always put that track on there.
Dope ass beat from Mikey Clark.
Yeah, that was a great song. Another one for me, Get Geeked from the American Psychos EP. And, you know, I don't know why, but I really love this fucking song. I think it's because it takes a sample from, Centerfold by Jay Giles?
Yes.
Because throughout their fucking history, they're always talking about Jay Giles, and then
to hear him
rap over the fucking beat of Jay Giles, especially such an iconic song like Centerfold, you know, and it was just it was fun, and hearing them, you know, yeah, the shit went south not too long after that came out, but you know, I fucking loved it. I loved Get Geeked.
Another honorable mention, All I Ever Wanted, Freak Show. Yep. That was another one that was close to making my list. All I ever wanted was, I don't want to lie. All I ever wanted was job that I never got. Like,
yeah, mine too. Yeah.
All I ever wanted was scare you to death, choke your fucking neck until your ass is out of breath.
Yeah, that's
like just great classic wicked shit off of an amazing album, Freak Show, man.
Fuck yeah. Fucking song that really almost broke into my top 5. Probably should have been in my top 5. Is fucking Juggalo Homies off Shangri-La.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that song, that time period, hearing them rap about that subject matter and how you just pictured everything was unbreakable. You know, these guys weren't going anywhere. They were never going to fucking separate. They're going to fucking hang until they're old and gray like grandpa. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I mean, there was so much unity on that track. And
like I said, during that time, like, was just, it was like, it was just a special fucking time. And you could feel the energy on that song. I don't know why I didn't even have fucking that one, Probably
Yeah.
because Shaggy doesn't have a verse, but he is on that song. He's on the bridge to the chorus.
Yep.
And I didn't think of that. That probably would have made my list had I thought of that.
Right. Yeah. See, that's the one I was like, man, that should be my runner-up to number 1 for real. I mean,
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed at myself that I didn't think of that because that's such a good song.
right.
Talk about my homies. And when you hear that shit, like that's a song that you hear and it's like, that gives you goosebumps.
Yeah, dude. Tons of people know that. Fucking non-juggalos that I've ran into are bumping that song. I'm like, oh shit, you like this? You like ICP?
Right.
Who's ICP? I like the song. I don't know who ICP is.
Right.
All right, cool. But yeah, dude.
So many classic songs that they did over the years. I don't have any more on my list that I could go off of because I had like just narrowed it down.
Right.
But other songs I could think of that they collaborated on where maybe not everybody was on the song together that I thought of that I was Marsh Lagoon.
Yeah.
Even though Shaggy's not on there, that is like one of the best songs.
Oh yeah, that's an amazing song.
Off the Green Book, such a classic album. Great storytelling on that song. Violent J fucking kills that shit. I love Madrox's verse on there. She was the high school prom queen, and everyone that so dope.
That brings me to another one, Hell Ride, off the End of Days EP with Violent J.
Yep, during the Wicked era.
I'm running, only much faster. Rotten hell on your way to disaster. I fucking love that song.
That's a slept-on EP from Twiztid.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Like really slept on. I think because Wicked was so fucking good when that came out, it just couldn't live up to what Wicked was.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's a really dope EP.
It is. It is.
I even like the remixes that they did for Ha Ha Ha, and what was the other one they did? Was it
All of the Above?
Yeah.
Glitch remix.
Yep.
Fun fact, that was the first song I ever did a video to, like way back in the day.
Oh no shit.
Like before I got into my animation shit.
Yep.
In the past year or so. Yeah, All of the Above. Yeah, dude, I had like cemetery scenes and shit. I wish I still had it up online, but yeah. That account is long gone.
Yeah. That's a dope ass song.
Yeah, All of the Above is that's another segment.
Right.
Yeah.
Another track I just thought of, Left Field, Monoxide and Violent J.
Yeah, Left Field.
Doing back and forth.
Yeah.
So classic.
What'd you think about Right Field?
I fucking love that song. It's so good.
Right Field. Yeah, it is pretty good.
I went into it thinking, oh man, like what is this? And then you read the liner notes and it's the original version of Left Field.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Left Field originally was. It was Right Field with Shaggy. The beat is so dope. Mm-hmm. Monoxide spits the same verses, but it's a little bit different because it's a different beat, so it's a different kind of flow a little bit.
Right.
And then you got Shaggy ripping on there. I fucking love Right Field. That was a dope little unreleased
Right
clip.
It was cool to hear that. Definitely, nice little blast from the past.
Yep, that beat is. I like that beat better than the original, to be honest.
Yeah.
That shit's banging.
Let me see here. I do actually have ICP and Twiztid collaboration again. The track Abominations off the album Abominations.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of that song, actually.
I'm not either. I think
that was my least favorite song on that album, actually.
So I don't like ICP's part in that song. Mm-hmm. They went too slow with it.
Right.
They kind of have a track record of doing that on some collaboration songs where I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to switch the flow up, but sometimes it fucks it up. And on that one, in my opinion, it did.
Yeah, it kind of. Yeah, their verse on Abominations really kind of fell short for me. I'm just not a big fan of that song at all. I love the album. Well, most of it. But yeah, that song really fell short.
Yeah, that song overall, not just ICP, overall is probably my least favorite on the album.
Yeah.
So I would agree with
sure.
that. But yeah, I mean, there are collaborations that they've done that aren't all that good, and that's one of them. I mean, I can't really imagine that there's many more like that. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Right.
But yeah, that song right there, nah, I could do without it.
Now, some of the really great collabs they had were on this album right here.
Fucking right.
Blaze was in there, but man, those collaborations between them five and even ABK on some of them, straight out of Detroit, dude. I fucking love that song. I wish I was on that when you did this one, but
yeah.
See, this was around fucking Freak Show time.
Yep. 01.
Bizarre time. And then Blaze had his album out, and it was like just another piece of the puzzle back then.
Yeah, straight out of Detroit is fucking classic, even though it's not ICP Twiztid, but
right.
The fact that they had the balls to do a straight out of Compton cover, because straight out of Compton, I mean, it speaks for itself. It's such a classic record.
Yeah.
But they nailed it, and they did it with like heavy guitars and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Really dope. Really dope.
I always wondered why they didn't put that on the re-release, the deluxe edition.
Yeah, probably because they couldn't get the rights to cover it. You know,
right.
Ruthless Records, fucking Tamika Wright, that bitch was probably asking too much money.
Probably. So.
Everybody, nobody likes Tamika Wright.
Nope, they sure don't.
Nobody, everybody talks shit about Tamika. Even Hobson, because he was signed to Ruthless Records, he was like, "Fuck that bitch."
Yeah. That was his big thing in the beginning.
Yep.
Going after Tamika. Hobson, yeah.
But yes, a lot of dope fucking collaborations. A lot of dope other song, even other songs that they did together that didn't make the list. All those honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Dope as fuck. So you said you're going to the gathering this year.
Yes, I will be gathering. We are leaving probably early Monday morning, like Tuesday early morning time.
Okay.
We're trying to get there Tuesday afternoon. So.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
How far of a drive is it for you?
It's like 11 hours where I'm at. Roxy's actually coming to pick me and my wife up from Colorado. She's coming through here, picking us up, and then we've got another 11 hours.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. It's gonna
nice
be
little haul.
It's a trek.
Who are you looking forward to seeing play this year? Because this year's gathering is fucking stacked. It is stacked with performers.
The main things I do not want to miss, the ICP Strums and Drums set.
Yes.
I want to see them do acoustic shit.
That shit looked dope at South by Southwest.
Yeah. The Zug Island Crack Tiles set.
Yes.
Jump Steady set. Suicide's Hype Man. We talked to him on our Super Gathering episode.
Okay.
So I'm hyped up for that, man.
Yep.
I never was able to see Jump Steady perform way back in the day when they did the All-Star Tour and nothing. So I just want to see Jump Steady perform. I love Master of the Flying Guillotine, Chaos Theory.
I like Chaos Theory. Yesterday was the anniversary for Chaos Theory.
Yeah.
I like Chaos Theory. Master of the Flying Guillotine, man, that was a miss with me, but I saw Jump Steady perform on the Psychopathic All-Stars tour. That was a dope tour. Yeah. Jump Steady, ABK, Isham, and Blaze.
Yeah. It was a good lineup. They just never came around my area. So.
Yeah. Even though I'm not going, if I could recommend just one group you check out, Suicide Boys.
Oh, yeah. For real, dude.
Like, I saw them live. They came to my area close to 2 years ago now, but I saw them live, and fuck, man, they tear it up.
A lot of energy. Yeah, I've delved into their catalog, and I've been looking shit up of theirs, and I'm like, man, why haven't I heard this shit before? You know?
It's like it brings you back to that old school 3 6 Mafia shit before they like kind of started doing that mainstream sound.
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
Just really, I mean, they sample a shitload of 3 6 Mafia stuff too.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's really dope. I highly recommend if you can make it. If as long as there's nothing else more pressing during that time slot,
Right.
definitely check out
Yeah.
Suicide Boys.
I haven't really gotten to the timeline real hard yet.
Yep.
I'm afraid to look, but but yeah, Suicide Boys, Ghostman looks like he'd be pretty cool to check out.
I'm not a fan of his music, but I've seen clips of his live show.
His live show looks.
He's like a fucking like he dresses like all like almost like black metal dudes dress and shit. It's weird, but he's like rapping.
Right.
But he has like a full band with him too. So it's like,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard Tom McDonald be called the Diet Ghostman. Is there any truth to that?
I just don't even want to talk about that fucking guy. There's a reason why I haven't mentioned that fucking guy's name on my show.
All right.
I refuse. That fucking pan that like he's a fucking he's a parasite. He's a parasite. I'll just say that.
Yeah, yeah. Not a big fan of his.
No. Especially with that last shit he put out. It's fucking gross.
I haven't even watched it yet. I have no interest in
No. Not at all.
So.
But I mean you got Tech Nine's gonna be there.
Oh yeah, dude. Tech, always a good show.
I wonder if he's gonna do Areola because he said he's only doing Areola.
If he doesn't, man, it's gonna break a lot of hearts.
I bet he's gonna do it. It's the fucking
Gathering.
Gathering.
Is like the only place he said he would do Areola. So.
Right. Because the Juggalos don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah. That was a classic track back in the day too.
I'm still curious to see if Ghetto Boys are gonna perform now that Bushwick passed.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're gonna do some kind of tribute or if they're gonna have somebody else fill in the spot.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Because I mean, R.I.P. to Bushwick.
Yeah.
Willie D and Scarface.
Fast, man.
Yeah, pancreatic cancer is no joke.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's not. Yeah, Willie D and Scarface. I'm sure they'll probably be there.
Yeah.
It's just kind of up in the air. They haven't really touched on it. Offered their condolences and.
Did you see Willie D's interview with Vlad TV?
Huh.
They talked about Bushwick, and Willie D said, "I'm not going to the funeral." He's like, "I didn't like Bushwick."
Really?
He's like, straight up, I didn't like Bushwick, and Bushwick didn't like me. He's like, if I died, I wouldn't expect Bushwick to show up to my funeral either.
Huh.
So it's kind of weird, like
that sucks.
Hearing that now, like they just didn't like each other.
You hear about that a lot with like bands and stuff,
right?
Like with the release of that Dirt Motley Crue fucking documentary and how much they can't stand to be around each other, but they'll come together and play. You know?
Oh, you got to get that money.
Come make that money, but once that's over, seven tour buses.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember who did they do it in? Was it No Jumper where they were talking about ICP, the interview they did with No Jumper, how they said they pretty much don't talk to each other outside of work, ICP related stuff.
Oh yeah, because they have their families and stuff.
Right. I thought that was kind of like, but it's
weird, but they're very much in each other's lives, but yeah.
But not at the same time.
But not because I mean, Violent J has 2 kids. Shaggy has. He just had a baby a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Who knows what their personal lives are like?
Right.
You can only see so much of it, But
yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting, and that they said that they don't really hang out outside of basically ICP related shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, you can imagine they probably meet up at the office like at least once a week during the year.
Right.
Numerous times a day, probably closer to like Hallowicked or the Gathering or getting ready to do the fall tour,
rehearsals and all that shit,
or whatever. Yeah. So
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, but I mean, the chemistry is obviously still there. I mean, that'll never go away.
yeah.
Even though Shaggy wasn't really on Fearless Red Fury, it's still a really dope album.
Yeah. He made up for it with Gloomy Sunday. I love that album.
Really good EP. Violet J's EP fell short with me.
Did it?
Yeah. I like the first song on it, and that's it.
You didn't like
And even the first
Beats?
song. The only part of Jackin' for Beats I really liked was when he was rapping over Isham's 24/7.
Oh, you weren't feeling the Vanilla Ice cover?
Ice, baby. Yeah, the Brother EP kind of fell short with me, but Gloomy Sunday was really dope. I like that 9 Inch Nails flip.
Oh yeah,
that was dope.
Over the Hurt, yeah.
The MC Ren cover, fucking dope. Every song, and then Technique and Tactics I saw is on Project Born's new album, right?
Yeah, they got 2 tracks with ICP on their album. One's called Round Here, and the other one is Techniques and Tactics off Gloomy Sunday.
Yeah, I like that Techniques and Tactics song.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's good to hear him still doing shit with Project Born. I'm really surprised they're not at the gathering this year. Being that they were at the very first. You know, it would have been cool being the 20th to have some of the, you know, it is what it is right now. But Project Born is still on good terms with them.
Right.
And they're not going to be there. I don't get that really. But
yeah. Project Born, they were kind of whatever with me. The Born Dead EP was okay. Had a few dope tracks on there. I think I had, what was it? Rip. I had one of their other albums, and it was all right, but Misery's performing at the Gathering this year. He's another former Psychopathic artist. And I fuck with Misery. I fucked with Misery after he left Psychopathic. I have the Four Faces EP, the Bad Influence, I think it's called, the LP. What's the other one? I have the other one where he's rapping over the Hound Dogs beat, and he's rapping over another one of those beats from that 99 era that was originally for his album that was going to come out on Psychopathic.
See, back then it was weird because, you know, after the whole deal with between Twiztid and Misery, after that gathering and Misery came out with the track called Untwisted, I was like, fuck Misery, you know?
Right.
We'll be talking about these guys like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just funny looking back on that now, and it's just fucking crazy.
Right. The biased hate, really.
Yeah, the biased hate back then.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I mean, but I followed Misery's career. I even bought the reissue or the 20th. You know, they tried saying it that it was the original album that was supposed to come out on Psychopathic, which to me, if you compare the songs and if you followed Misery's career, you could tell those songs are newer songs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Like his
and
flow.
I liked it. I mean, the 20th anniversary, it was really good. The Angel.
It was good.
Yeah.
Even the other album that came with it, that was packaged with it, was good. Misery could spit.
Yeah.
He's underrated.
Which is funny because at the end of Shockumentary, when he's on there spitting, I was like, "Who's this corny motherfucker they got on here trying to get a rap deal?"
That's fun. Yeah, that shit was
he's
funny.
Not gonna get a fucking rap deal. This is terrible.
That EP that he put out was solid, really good.
I love it, dude. Yeah.
Stack it up. If I ever die, I would have to put that in top 10 Psychopathic Records songs of all time.
If I ever die, fuck yeah, dude.
That's an amazing song.
Yeah.
Produced by Mikey Clark too. And Misery was dope because you had ICP with the clown gimmick. You had Twiztid, who was still at that time trying to figure out their gimmick, but they were going for a gimmick. And then you just had Misery, who was just a dude from the Bronx that was just spitting dope shit. I mean, Stimulated Dome, classic.
Yeah. Yeah, that EP was fucking amazing. It was good.
Really dope shit. And so he's performing at the Gathering this year. Just really stacked lineup, and that's dope that you get to go. I'm bummed that I couldn't I just couldn't make it happen this year.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm making it happen, but it's gonna happen.
That's fucking
I
dope,
figure,
man.
it's been so long. The 20th annual, I have really got to push to get this going. So
I
it's gonna
can't wait.
happen.
I can't wait for the. They're gonna do something ill. They're gonna do something.
They are. Something's gonna be dropped there. Some kind of earth-shattering news for this
Right.
year. You know. Yeah.
If I had to speculate, if they were gonna drop a bomb, they'll say the next Joker's card's coming next year.
See, I was kind of thinking that too.
They'll say the next Joker's card's going to come next year because we made you guys wait 4 years. Because apparently, according to Violent J, he already knows the name and he knows what the next Joker's card is about.
Well, apparently it's hidden in Fearless Fred Fury, like mentioned 8 times. So
it has something to do with brother. That's all we know.
Something brother. Yep. It's all speculation right now.
I have no idea. I've said before, it's the long lost third Juggalo brother.
That would be cool.
It'd be cool, but it would be like setting themselves up for failure at the same time.
Yeah, you can't. Juggalo Brothers is its own entity.
Right. It's like somebody when they release an album part 2, like when Eminem did Marshall Mathers LP part 2, and that album was such dog shit. It just wasn't good at all.
It was.
But
Cool
I mean,
shout out. Yeah.
If they were to drop a bomb, that would be it right there. I've said on my show, they need to start pumping out more music. We're in an era right now where you can't wait 4 years to be putting out music. Shit needs to be more. I would like to see a new solo from Shaggy.
Yeah.
Because he's on fire right now. What little he did on Fearless Fred Fury was fucking really good. This Gloomy Sunday was really good. Mm-hmm. I think a new solo from Shaggy would be really dope.
Right? Maybe we'll get Karma Forest from Violent J.
Yep.
Unless they scrap that, we're supposed to get Bloody Brothers was supposed to be out.
Looney Goons. Yeah, that's
Looney Goons.
That's the one thing I don't want from the seminar this year. Don't promise shit that you're not gonna deliver with.
Right. Yeah, because they built up a lot of shit last year. Looking back on it, and, you know, Supervillains was supposed to be out already. They have I mean, you look in the Fred Fury booklet, all this stuff with release dates, like new action figures, and you know, it's like, no, just stop.
I mean,
but we're used to it. They've been doing this shit since the beginning.
Exactly.
You know, they have tons of shit in their booklets that never came out.
Right.
You know, I don't remember how long it took for Chaos Theory to come out before, because it was like announced back in Tunnel of Love.
Right.
You know, it didn't come out for years later. So
yeah, it was like 8 years later, something like that.
Yeah, it's a common theme in Psychopathic. You know, we're gonna build a whole bunch of shit up.
Right.
But it's not really going to come.
I mean, the only thing that's getting released so far that was announced in that Fearless Fred Fury booklet is the Supervillains hit list that's dropping on Friday.
Right.
So,
we do have quite a few releases coming out at the Gathering this year.
Do they?
Well, we got Supervillains. We got, ABK's Tampon Juice comes out Friday too, doesn't it?
Oh, that's right.
Tampon Juice. We got the Have-Nots.
Yeah.
They have 1,000 CDs they're selling.
Yep. Which is funny because they act like 1,000 CDs is limited. It's not. It's 1,000 CDs is just not limited anymore.
Right. It's not. Everybody's going digital. So.
Right. And I'll buy a hard copy just because I love ABK and I want to support everything he does. And I'm curious to hear what a Have-Nots project sounds like.
Oh, for sure, dude. We've been waiting on that they put out a couple singles, but finally seeing a video, it was like, yeah, we're getting the Have-Nots.
Right. And I'm
sure. What fucks up with Big Hoodoo? You know, he released that track, Bitch, I'm Gone, and maybe we'll hear something at the seminar about his next album.
Yeah, the workings of Psychopathic is way different than what it was, say, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
15 years ago, you were getting multiple albums every year.
Yeah.
From all different artists.
Now it's like, okay, who's on Psychopathic? Do we even know anymore? Like we don't even
That's
know.
cool. That's cool. We got Light has a release date. He spilled that.
He did.
Not till December, but at least we got something.
Do you think he's on Psychopathic?
Yeah, he's on Psychopathic.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, time will tell. I mean, there's no way of really knowing for sure.
He's on Psychopathic.
Okay.
Take my word for it.
Okay.
Did you see him pop up on our stream?
No, I didn't. I caught bits and pieces of the stream though.
Yeah, he makes an appearance. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
Did he say anything?
No, he just kind of made an appearance.
Okay.
I was talking to Aunt G, who did the chorus for Satellite. He's another artist on Monstar.
Oh, okay.
We talked to him quite a bit.
Yep.
And he was there with Light, and Light popped in there, and we talked a little bit. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys had a fucking stacked show this past
We did.
Saturday. You kept making announcements. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like,
right?
All right, this is definitely the last one. And then you're like, special guest. I'm like, what the fuck?
We fucking pulled it off too, man. Everybody showed up except one.
Who didn't show up?
Big Zane.
Oh, okay.
From Juggalo Yacht Club, but he told me that he was down to join, but he had to work that day, and time just slipped away.
Yeah, but that's dope that everybody else came through though.
Everybody fucking came through, had a good time.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was real awesome.
Fuck yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap this up.
All right, man.
I appreciate
thank you very much.
Dude, I appreciate you coming on here, taking the time. It was dope breaking down these songs. It's like reliving the golden era, if you will.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
like,
man. Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, and I got all your links in the description, so everybody that's watching, you probably already follow Scotty, but if you ain't, his links are all in the description of the video. And yeah, appreciate you hopping on, man. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.